All right. I'm making this look easy right now. Oh, look like I got a couple people showing up. What's going on, everybody? Oh, oh, there go my. Man, appreciate it, man. Been waiting for it, man. I don't know how this turnout gonna be, but we gonna soon find out, man. What y'all, what y'all got going on right about now? Know y'all probably out getting ready to go have some fun going into New Year's weekend or whatnot. What's going on, Mike? What's going on? I'm just sitting up at the house bored, just watching some of these football games right about now. Oh, let me see. See if I can pull the chat up. What's going on? What's going on? I appreciate everybody coming out and don't mind me. I'm gonna be over here watching this game too. It seems like Alabama out here taking control of Oklahoma right now. Hey, Dale, I'm about in the same boat, man. Ain't no telling if I'm gonna go to the gym or not. What's going on, Scat Cat? Man, I still need to get up there to Birmingham and holler at you, man. How you doing? But yeah. It ain't too often I do live, so yeah. Around this time 3 years ago, I was finishing up paperwork and bringing my Scat Pack home. So I just decided to do something out of the ordinary. And oh, you're on a Jordan hunt, man. What Jordans you looking for, man? But yeah, I'm just out here. Yeah, it's just crazy to think how fast time flies. Let me see if I can. Hey, Scat, don't be disappointed me when I say this, but man, I'm a LSU fan, but I can't stand Oklahoma more, so I'm pulling for Alabama for this one, man. Oh, you looking for the concourse, man? I was about to say my money been kind of tight lately, so yeah, I haven't picked up this year's pair, but my older brother did. Still got two from 2011. Yeah, Oregon over there. Oh man, what I was about to say, Wait a minute. I was supposed to say, what did Oregon do football wise this year? Oh, okay, okay. I don't know if I ever made a reference to what team I pulled for ever in a video, but man, I'll pull for when it comes to something like this. I'll pull for I'll pull for Alabama every now and again. It ain't too often, but I would. So everybody, y'all got any random questions for me? I'm expecting anything, man. We can talk about just about anything that's on your mind right about now. Alabama done went up by 2 touchdowns. Man. Oh man. Mike, right now, my plans is right now with the rides. I with my scat I wanna get the paint corrected. I wanna go with some I wanna go with some new wheels. I think I'm gonna put a new hood, and I love that new performance spoiler that the newer Scats and the Hellcats come with. I want to do that. My truck, when everything work wise start to open up a little bit more, which will be after the new year, I'm gonna plan on, I just plan on driving it since it's gonna be just work related, unless I find something that I can make it, better for me when I'm out there on the road. But overall, I'm loving everything. Haven't driven the truck much, but I need some more tires on my Scat. Let's see. I just got asked the daily driver 392 or the 57. That's a good question to ask me because my girlfriend, she has the 57 and she had my 392 for over uh on the dog, I'm losing train of thought. But yeah, my girl, I've had a chance to drive both, and I think it just depends on what kind of setting you're in and what kind of power you're looking for. Because both, to me, honestly, both of them are very good. Very good daily driving. I mean, you're gonna put a little. If you're in the city, you're gonna be spending a little bit more gas on the 392. But if you got like an older Scat, you can always use a taser to unlock the SRT pages where you can use eco mode, which I've done, and eco mode really helps out with the gas mileage. So honestly, I think it's and I've gotten a really nice appreciation for the 345, and honestly, where I'm at in my life now, I think I would probably take the 57 as a daily driver. And yeah, I wish the Queen was here to give a little bit more insight on that because she's put some miles on hers, and I know she can explain more about the pros of driving a 57 daily. And I've daily drove my 392 for a good amount of time before I had got my Sonata back, and it's not a bad daily driver, but if you're tempted to put your foot in it sometimes, yeah, you can probably find yourself getting in trouble with that. So I didn't want, since I got a CDL, I ain't trying to have those problems. I'm gonna see if I can pull it. But okay, Mike, if you look into I just say test. If you can test drive both, if you can test drive both, I'm live streaming on my phone. I got a text message too. So, but if you I would say test drive both and get a feel for what you really like because to me you can't go wrong with either or, and I think it also probably depends on do you plan on doing any mods down the line. And Mike by the Sun, man, I love that new spoiler, man. I'm gonna have to whenever I do find one. I really believe I want to hydro dip it in a carbon fiber pattern, man. Those things are nice. I'm think probably later in the year, I'm pretty sure they'll be a little bit more readily available. I caught one on eBay probably about a month or two back. I think they wanted like 545. Can't think. I think it was Steve White Parts that had it, but I don't see them up on there anymore. So probably have to wait till they come. Oh man, my boy, B, what's going on, man? What you up to tonight, man? I appreciate the support, man. You know we're gonna have to get up in January and have some fun, man. We gotta do it. You know what? When I see you, man, I think we need to do that video that we was talking about doing before, man. Oh. Uzi, what's up, man? What's up, man? Nothing much, man. I'm just over here just starting to go through some questions and watching the game at the same time. I'm just passing time, multitasking. Oh, you live in Charlotte, man. Dang. My last job, back in the summer, late winter, early in the summer, I used to come through Charlotte every week. But oh man, Z, man, I ain't seen you in so long, man. Where you been, man? We gotta catch up, man. Yeah, we'll definitely finish that one. Yeah, we'll definitely finish that video. I need to see if I could pull this chat back up as I'm talking to y'all. There we go. Yeah, I can pull the chat back up. Hey Dale, why they made the well, I'm guessing you made the challenger smaller than. You know what, man? I don't really have a pretty good answer for that one myself, man. Oh boy. Yeah, man, I ain't got a answer for that one quite myself. Scat cat, man. Business wise, man. With what I do, I know flatbed wise, when it comes to the wintertime, it always slows down a bit, and honestly, I ain't really haven't gotten out there and found anything yet because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen much work out there that God dang, Alabama just went up again, 21-0. But I haven't found much work that I felt like that pays fair right now, so I'm holding on to after the new year, man. I'm working on a scheme that's gonna put me out there, and when I do my new channel, I'll put everybody, just explain what's going on. Oh, I'll say new or used since I done been down the new road, man. Honestly, I feel like you can't go wrong with either one. I know Mike by the Sun, he was on the journey for finding him a used Hellcat, so. I don't think, if you can find a used one that's been well taken care of, that don't have any miles, I'll say go that route. But, especially since you got a look, if you're going to be trading in, if you got a little bit of negative equity. But I know Mike by the Sun has a few videos talking about trading in that can explain that part of it a lot better than I can. So I'll say check out his channel. But I don't have nothing against trading. If you decide to trade in, I would just say the only thing is just make sure, just make sure you know what you're getting into when you're getting a traded in vehicle because the funny enough since it's 3 anniversary, the reason I traded my car in was the fact that my old Challenger, it was when after I got it, it was bought used, and I started seeing a whole bunch of just random problems and stuff that was neglected from the previous owner because I didn't had random strangers come up out the street after I done traded that car and said that dude blew up I think he messed up a head in the engine and it's just an abused and neglected. That's about it. That's about it. Oh boy. So how's everybody Christmas out there, man? Did everybody get what they want for Christmas? Damn, Alabama just dominating right now. Mike, it's no problem, man. It's no problem. Cause I feel like this. If I know somebody that can help out somebody else, and I feel like the information is good, man. I don't mind putting people up on information, especially if they got a better idea of what's going on in that situation than I do. Oh, Uzi, will I be jumping in on the tall guy car review? All that drama. I'll put it like this. Long story short, I got it's a quite a bit. Well, from my point of view, it's a quite a bit that I can say, and at the same time, I want to say hell no because it's two sides to every story, and I usually don't jump into other folks, dramas and situations like that unless my name was brought up for some reason. But uh, it's one of them situations. If you ask me a specific about the situation, I'll tell you how I feel. But I try to stay up out of that. I try to stay out of it. But if you ask my specific opinion on something, I give you my answer. Oh yeah, I think I already knew what all you got for Christmas, Uzi. Calvin, hey, I ain't gonna say I won't, but anything is possible, man. I don't. It's not in my financial budget right now, but man, one day, if I'd have had that kind of money to afford a Bugatti, I don't think I would buy one of those. But supercar wise, or hypercar, I have to think on which one I would want to buy. Like supercar wise, my favorite supercar ever, I'll say, is the Lamborghini Murcielago. But even then, I think I'm just it's easy to say it right now because I don't have the money. But like if I would have had that kind of money, I don't even think I would buy one of those. I would want to drive one and learn how to master it. But so far as buying one, I don't know. But if I ever get that kind of money, who knows? Things can change. Let me go pull the chat back up. I'm glad to hear everybody Christmas was good and oh man, Mike, I can imagine that the wife would make it more expensive, but that's all that matters. Say the kids had had a good one. That's all that matters. Yeah, Dale, that's always good. As long as the kids come first. Hey, Kev, man, my girlfriend, the Queen, she loves the kind of seg too. I can't remember quite off the bat which one is her favorite one. It might be the same one that you're referring to, but I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, Mike. It's a lot of drama going on in that tall guy situation, and even with that family cruising situation. And honestly, and if it wasn't for like some of the people that was telling me about it, I would have never known about it because I honestly stay off to my own in my own little bubble. But yeah, I unsubscribed to his channel long, probably about a year, little over a year ago. So man, it's crazy. Okay, you get that L650, man. If I was going for a personal diesel truck, man, I think I would have ended up with a Ford, but it is what it is. Let's see. Dodge boy, what problems I done had out of my car? Um, none mechanically. None mechanically. The only problems I did have was when my car was involved in a wreck. I took it to a body shop and they did a terrible job repairing it. And Bama's just torching Oklahoma right now. But they did a terrible job repairing it, and I had to take it to another one and get it fixed out of my pocket. But like mechanical wise and all that, I got a little over 34,000 miles on it. I haven't had a single problem. The only just like oddball thing that has happened since I owned it, it was like this little screen. It would say like it needs to service the 911 phone up in the car, but it rarely, it just blinks off every now and again, and yeah, that's about it. But like mechanically driving, no problems whatsoever. Uh, think about the 392 not being available for pre-orders. Scat man, some people been saying it's not available for pre-orders, and then I've heard some people saying you was still able to go on the Dodge's website and still do it, man. So I think a lot of these YouTubers, man, I'm not gonna lie, like some of the things that they're talking about. Well, I'm not gonna say some of them. A lot of the things that they're reporting about the situation with the with supposedly a barracuda coming back. They supposed to be bringing this. Uh, they're supposed to be bringing the barracuda back. They're supposed to be doing something with the elephant, making it in production and all that. I feel like this with these people saying they got quote unquote sources. For me to believe it, I would have to see something officially from Dodge saying that they're gonna bring something like that back in production. So I would have to go on the website or try to see if I could, pre-order something with a 392. Yeah, I gotta. But yeah, but yeah, Mike, I agree, man. The reason I don't, I was about to say, the reason I don't deal with a lot. I'll give a confession right now. I don't really deal with a lot of like super big YouTube channels. Is mainly because it seems like the only content that they really live to, most of them live to produce, is something drama filled. And once it got more so away from the fact of producing content, trying to reach out to other people, just building up in community and being possible. I'm not possible, positive. I'm just getting tongue tied. That's where they lose me at. And you hit it. You pretty much hit it in the nail on the head for me, Mike by the Sun. I rather not deal with it, and I have I have my own reasons why I followed Tall Guy a little over a year ago. I might bring that up a little later. What's going on, RT Life, man? I'm glad you stopped by, and yeah, man. I can't. Me personally, I don't see the 392 going away anytime soon. But for me to, like I was just saying, for me to really believe anything that's going away, I would have to see it come down from Dodge themselves. So, but I was gonna say we can't lie, man. A lot of us do like the speculation of trying to figure out what Dodge is gonna come out with, because we all know they love throwing us curveballs. Hit me, JLA. What's going on, man? How you doing? Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's stopping by so far. Y'all gotta forgive me if I'm. Hopefully, I'm not being rude by sipping on water over here too. Started something a little bit new with my workouts, and I'm trying to make sure I stay hydrated. So if I'm being rude, please forgive me on that one. But yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Hey, Uzi, was something? If you still out there, man, was it something specific about that situation that you had asked me about, man? Man, RT Life, yeah, you probably checked in a little later. I got for right now. I'm planning on as of right now. I'm planning on doing this when it's yeah, next year. I plan on doing a little something. I want to mainly get it paint corrected. I want to get it ceramic. I want to go with some new wheels. And as I was telling Mike by the Sun too, man, I want to put that new SRT. I was say, was I gonna put an SRT that new performance spoil on there? Kind of like to hydro dip that to hydro dip that with carbon fiber and do a little something with like the valve covers under the engine and all that. Okay, yeah, Uzi, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna start charging everybody $20, man. But we can sell it out right now. Hey, man, yeah, I would say, yeah. We're gonna start memberships out with $20, man. But hey, man, hey, if that don't work for you, man, I'll charge 250 and some jawbreakers. The lowest I go with some dollars and some envelopes. But in all seriousness, man, when I seen somebody, talking about that situation, man, it to me it's a way that you can say that without sounding like I'm not just say it like it's a way that you can say it without being an arrogant asshole about it. It's like I just call a spade because man, you can't. In my opinion, you shouldn't go around here talking down on people, the people that made your channel, whether Either you started your channel before them or after them or whatever, man. You shouldn't just be going around here talking to people like just treating them like they beneath you, man. Like they some dried up dog crap, man. Like it don't make sense because and then you talking about your dodgeball. I got my brake pads and those rotors off of eBay. I can't remember. It's been almost 2 years since I got them. But I know I got them off of eBay. They was the ceramic coating, ceramic brake pads and all that. If I probably have to go up on there and just really dig and search for the auction because I bought mine a little over 2 years ago. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and answer that question before I went down a rabbit hole when I was talking about this. But man, you can't just oh man, hard or soft tacos. Hey man, you can't go wrong with either one, man. You can't go wrong with either one. Hey, it just depends on what your mood. Hey, what you feel like eating at the moment. But yeah, I don't agree with how you. I don't agree with how you're talking to people like that. I don't agree with. I just don't agree with it all the way around. Eddie, man. Believe it or not, man, I haven't taken my car to the track yet, so I don't know my official quarter mile time. So maybe I need to make that maybe I need to actually make that a oh, excuse me. Maybe I actually need to make that a part of my routine to take the queen with me so she can teach me how to go down the drag strip. Uh, and speaking of that, Beats Audio or Hard and Carbon? I'll tell you right now, Hard and Carbon. Damn, I wish she was up in here in the live chat with me because she can answer some of these questions too. Because she swears by the Harman Kardon, and it does sound pretty good. No, my car came from the factory with the factory Brimbos that kick up all that dust, and yeah, it's just nasty. And you do still get brake dust with ceramic pads, but it's not as bad as the stock brake pads, man. Because when I had put those when I put those ceramic pads on, initially when I first used the brakes, I noticed a little bit of black residue from it, but like after I rinsed it off and drove it a little bit after that initial residue came off, it was little to no brake dust on there. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Power Stop. Excuse me, I'm over here getting thirsty. But yeah, and then yeah, you just can't go around talking to people and treating them like they just you can't go around treating them like they a nobody, man. You can't. I don't care if and then you're exactly right. And then besides, and everybody isn't able to just dish out $5 a month just to just to be subscribed. What G Squad, Goon Squad, Goof Troop Squad, whatever. Yeah, Grinch Squad, whatever you want to call it, man. And besides, talking about yeah, from that video, that clip I heard, and from that clip I heard, man, talking about you only reply back, he only reply back to people with that emoji, like. Nah, man. That's another reason I don't really get down with many bigger channels because they think they're too good to, they just think they're better than everybody else when it comes to replying back to, the core audience is, just either people like us that's in this chat or just, random people who just got a YouTube account just so they can go to these videos and comment just to communicate with folks. When in reality, that's the majority of people. But they've been over backwards to comment back to somebody else who got a pretty big following, and get a pretty big following, trying to bend over backwards to cow time to kiss they behind. But in reality, your smaller channel, like your smaller channels or people who just on here to to comment back to you and talk to you, those are Those are your, that's your bread and butter, man. Once you start alienating them and pissing them off, man. If most of them, oh man, Mustangs. I'm gonna get to that one in a minute, man. I'm gonna get to that one in a minute, but yeah. But once you get to pissing your core, your core off, man. If they really, and if they really, started thinking like when he over there preach about talking about don't skip ads and all that. If you really don't want to support somebody, he over there talking about unsubscribe, and you come over here and say that, come over there. You want to, come over there and I'll block. Yeah, I would say I'll block you and I'll delete your comment. He's it, long to me. He's not smart for saying that because if you're making most of your money off of ad revenue, wouldn't you want people to come back and watch, even if they don't mess with you, just so they can see what you got going on, just so they can talk about what's going on? Because if you sit there and block people, if you keep blocking people and just running them away, you ain't gonna make money off of ad revenue because you ain't gonna have that many people watching you. So if you don't really support people like that, and if they make their money off of ad revenue, hit them. I was about to say I wouldn't even go over there talking about blocking them. I'm up unsubscribing, which I probably, unless you feel like trolling and having a little fun, I can get down with that. But I'll just hit them where it hurts and don't go. I was gonna say when YouTube bring up like one of his videos and suggest it, hit the little, hit your three dots over there and say not interested, but it won't be coming back up in your feed. You gotta hit them where it hurts. But yeah, Mustangs. You know what? I'm trying to think. Everybody I've known a lot of people said they have Mustangs to run up on them and try them. I think I can't think of how many. I can't think of too many Mustangs that tried to run up on me, man. I can't. It's not that many that I could think of. But I think the strangest. I think the strangest vehicle. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna ask y'all the same question too, and while I'm thinking of my answer, I want to see some of y'all's because it might jog my. Since y'all talking about, it seems like Mustangs normally run up on y'all. What's the strangest vehicle that ever tried to run up on you and try to race you? But yeah, Mike, I'm not a big fan of Mustangs myself, but I love the 0304 Cobra. That would be the only one I would ever consider owning. And yeah, Mark, that does sound foolish in my opinion, and yeah, he'll live hopefully. How I feel about the Durango SRTs? To me, they're not bad. They're not a bad looking SUV. Would I want to get an SUV that fast? I don't know. I would have to drive one and get a feel of it. But I'd imagine it'd be kind of top heavy. But yeah, I've seen some Mustangs do some stupid stuff in traffic. I never had a GTR run up on me. Um, oh, I can tell you the strangest vehicle I've ever had run up on me. I still got. I probably should post this clip on my Instagram. I was coming back. I was coming back from Houston after We Are Mopar. I was on I-10 somewhere in Louisiana. Man, this old raggedy Chevy. It was a kind of beat up Chevy Cobalt with a fart can exhaust. I'm in the fast lane. He just pulling up on beside me, trying to rev at me and just trying to get me to go, man. This dude had to be like 19. He's seeing that I wouldn't bite. So he's took off trying to play around in traffic and just do all this stuff. hmm And man, like right when I was saying I should blast him, just so he can get a sonic exhaust just to hear it. I seen one of the Louisiana state troopers down there. Just they had the radar on, and some told me not to do it, and I knew better not to do it. And I know Uzi can vouch for how those Louisiana state troopers are. They don't play. They be everywhere. Scat Challenger, Scat Charger, or the Daytona. Um, man, honestly, I love my Challenger. No lie, I love my Challenger. But if you want the extra room to have, people up in there, I would say either look, if you want the extra room, and the reduced blind spots, I would say check out one of the Chargers. I don't think you can go wrong with either a Scat Charge or other Daytona. But um, but yeah, if you like that, if you just gotta have that challenge, that two door muscle car feel, and you don't have to worry about people riding in the back, I say go with the Challenger. Especially if you could deal with the blind spots. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one. It's Crown Vic. Man, what's crazy is I rarely ever have people run up on me, but then again, I don't really daily drive my car much. I just be chilling when I drive my car. But Crown Vic, that's funny, man. When my older brother had my orange Challenger, the first one I had, he told me he was driving somewhere, and a Hyundai Sonata rolled up on him trying to race him. A Hyundai Sonata. I daily drive a Hyundai. My older brother works at the plant that makes the Hyundai Sonata. Nice cars, but man, they we all know they don't hold a candle. They don't hold a candle to what a Hemi could do. Oh man, y'all got anything else? What's else on your mind? Oh boy, I'm just glad to see that. I'm just glad to see that y'all probably just like me. They ain't had too much to do on a Saturday night. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like this chat went on a little bit longer than I expected, but it was a pretty good turnout so far. I appreciate everybody that came out. But yeah, I think the Super Bowl predictions. That's a good one, man. I want to say I don't know who's gonna win it all, but I was a Rams fan since the greatest show on turf days. So I want the Rams to win it all, but something is telling me this. I was about to say low key. I think the Chicago Bears are probably a dark horse. Especially if they get hot on defense, I think they're gonna be a dark horse. But most complete team to me right about now is the Saints. Oh man, I know how it feels to be a homebody, man. But I'm gonna say the Rams because that's my team. That's who I want to win. But realistically, I think the Saints, man. I think the Saints. But I feel like this. At the end of the day, as long as it ain't New England, I hate the Patriots. I hate the Patriots. Mike, who your team is, man? Had a bad show. Your quarterback had a bad shoulder, man. Who your team is? But man, the Ravens on fire too, man. Lamar Jackson, that defense hitting up, man, doing what they got to do. It's looking like the NFL, the playoffs about to be a little bit man, I was about to say, with me being a Rams fan, Super Bowl 36, you'll know why I hate the Patriots. Man, anybody but the Patriots. But if the Rams would have made it to the Super Bowl and the Patriots would have go, I want to see the Rams exact their revenge, man, from that Spygate. I ain't never letting that go. I ain't never letting it go. But yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, damn, Mike, man. Cam all right with me. I ain't got nothing against the Panthers either, man. I just hate y'all I hate y'all had fell off, man. They just went off, man. Y'all just flatlined after going 6-2, man. Hey, you all right with me, Hemi? Hemi, you all right with me? I still wish they would have stayed in St. Louis though, because that would have got me a better chance to actually go to a home game. Since who are my favorite non-car YouTube channels? Man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Cause I don't really have necessarily favorite channel. I take that back. I'll say none called YouTube channels. I'm a nerd, so I like Dragon Ball related stuff. So I watch some of the bigger Dragon Ball YouTubers like Geekdom 101. Let's see. I'm also into wrestling, so I watch a lot of the bigger wrestling YouTube channels like WrestleMania, Wrestling with Regret, and then I like, I'm into video games, more specifically like the Grand Theft Auto series. So I just, I just, I just randomly find channels that interest me, man, and just go with it from there. Straight great productions, man. My plans for YouTube, like right now, I'm just making videos whenever I can, wherever I can right now, and then where I want to go with it in 2019. This particular channel, once I, well, you may know, you may not know, I had got that Ram 3500. I'm looking to, I'm getting my business started outside of, out getting a business started outside of YouTube. So that's where most of my resources have gone, later in this year and probably going to be into next year too. So I want to get my business on the outside going first. And then I also want to start up a second YouTube channel that's basically strictly related to like trucking stuff like that, hot shot stuff, how to, like how to get a trucking authority started, like what you need to do to, what you can expect when you go to get a CDL, and as I learn about the administration side. Oh yeah, and sneaker channels too. Well, I don't really. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm over here acting like I got ADHD, but yeah, yeah, I want to also get into learning how to. Once I learn more about the admin side of things, I also want to talk about how to get yourself prepared for a DOT audit, and some work that I'm trying to, and a big thing that I'm working on now. Once I get that situated and going, I'm gonna try to work on that. Work on that. And my biggest thing is I want to give back in a. I want to give back and help as many people as I can because no lie, I've had some support from some really good people from the outside, and when I come online, I found some channels that helped me out with that, and at the same time, I found some other channels that just sit there and just watch and try to figure out, like, man, what is you talking about? So I want to use the journey that that I've started with this business, and put it in a format where everybody can, just understand, pick up, and just run with it, man. I appreciate the compliment, man, on that truck, man. I enjoy it, man. Cause believe it or not, I don't think I told many of you guys, but when I started driving, trucks were don't get me started on that one either. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back and scroll back up and get everybody's questions, but yeah, but yeah. I just want to be able to put everything that I've, done along the way in a format where if anybody that's Googling it, they can come and find it and have an easier and better time than I did. They can just get it and run with it. And if they got any questions that they can answer, they can come to me and get an answer, because I honestly, man, Uzi, I appreciate that, man. You know you ain't had to do that, but man, I really appreciate that. Um, because I'm not gonna lie, I low key have a chip on my shoulder right now, because it's certain people that's already doing it that I've known through, from social media. When I come up and ask them about like certain questions, I get the vibe that they really don't know what they're doing, or they're being vague and don't want to, help somebody else, get a foot in the door. I'm not asking, asking people to say, hey man, tell me exactly what you did, and put me on your contacts and this, that, and the third. I just, wanted to know like how much did about how much money did this cost, or what was the process to get this started. So I'm looking to get out there and do for others what I had a hard time finding. So this channel might take a little bit of a backseat, but at the same time, like you said, I gotta look after my investment. So, oh man, let's see. Yeah, I agree, man. I do watch sneaker channels. Well, back in the day, I did, because before this isn't my first time dealing with YouTube. Back in the day, I had a sneaker channel. I want to say it was about 2011, about 2010, 2011. I did it. It was fun back then. It sucks now. It really, really sucks now. Lot lizard stories. Oh God, I got two of those. I got two of those, man. It wasn't nothing crazy, so I can actually share those. But if y'all want me to talk about that, it's funny. I'll ask y'all about that one. I mean, if y'all want me to tell it, I'll tell it, man. That's some funny stuff. Who's crazier, Tom Cruise or Kanye? Oh man. I'll just say Kanye because I haven't seen how crazy Tom Cruise has been lately, but Kanye has been thrown all up in my face. So yeah, man, I appreciate you, Destroyer Great Productions, man. You're gonna be at 10,000 before you know it, man. You keep it. Hey, you keep up the good work what you're doing over there, man, and take it easy, man. Oh man, Mike, why you had that? Bone Thugs Amigos. Man, I don't. I listen. I had stopped listening to new artists back in almost 10 years ago. So I'm gonna ride with just about anybody that's old school. So I'm rolling with Bone Thugs on that one, man. Oh man, forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little bit of story time, man. Since we got a little bit of time, since they brought up lot lizards, man. The first time all right, Uzi, you take it easy, man. I appreciate you stopping by, man, and I really appreciate that tip, man. You really didn't have to do it, but man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Y'all be sure to check him out. But yeah, Dale, cause like some of my favorite sneaker YouTubers, man. For one is Jumpman Bostic. I still will watch his videos to this day, but I don't catch him as often. But I still will watch him. But yeah, he was a cool dude. I met him. I met him a few times. Since I had a lot of family in Detroit, I actually stopped by and visited him before. But I met a lot of between car, car, Instagram, YouTube, social media, sneakers. I've met a lot of people that had a pretty big profile online in both, and it's been pretty cool. I would say it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to meet these people that I've met through social media. Despite all the bad and all the negative that can come out of it, people getting egos and getting inflated over likes. But I've met a lot of good people behind it too. So I ain't gonna sit there and completely knock it. Uh, this crazy story. The first time I ever ran up on one and got hit on by one, it was ironically both times was in Montgomery. I had this was a little bit after I got my CDL, parked my truck. I was getting ready to leave out to go to Atlanta. I think it was a little bit after Thanksgiving, no, maybe Christmas. Um, yeah, it was a little bit after Christmas. All right, Mike, you take it easy, man. Hey, if you do one, let me know. I'll be glad to jump up in the live chat, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get finished with this story real quick. But yeah, I was down here in Montgomery, and I'm getting checking out the truck, getting ready to roll up. So this random woman, just rolled up on me and just knocked on my door. I think she had asked me, did I have a cigarette? I was like, no, I don't smoke. And then she asked me, did I have a dollar? I ain't had no cash on me. And the next thing I got asked was, did I want some company? I was like, no. And I was just sitting around. It took like 30 seconds for it to dawn on me, like, did she just try to hit on me? And then I jumped up out the truck, went up into the gas station that I was parked right beside. I seen her get up in the truck in an F-150 with this old school looking player. And And I was thinking to myself, well, better her than me. And the second time I ever been hit on one is it was a little bit after Christmas, I want to say, in that same area. I was swapping trailers with somebody, and I seen a group of them pull up in his car and all that stuff. One was walking the streets. That one was looking like she was on meth, and they was just talking. And she walked over to a JB Hunt truck that's parked a little bit away from me. The only thing that was going through my mind is, please don't come over here where I'm at. She hopped up in the truck with a JB Hunt driver. She got out. By 5 minutes later, she hair was all frizzy and she looked like she was disappointed. So the guy came through with the trailer that I was supposed to be swapping around with, and true and behold, right when I was getting ready to leave, this Man, I couldn't make this up how this girl looked. She looked like she had a pudge in the stomach, so she probably pregnant. She looked like a flounder in the face, had the big, big bulgy fish-looking eyes, looking like a flounder in the face, and she had 1.5 arms. Her left arm was was amputated like right there, and she was saying some weird mess like I was like, look, man, look, I just got home off the road. Look, I just want to go home. What, you trying to go home to your wife? Since I look just like my older brother was married. I was like, yeah, I'm going home to my wife. And then she said, well, why you ain't got your wedding ring on? So I told another quick one. I was like, man, when we out here working, because I drive flatbeds and, we actually have to be out there working and stuff. So I told her, with us getting out here working these trailers and all that, I don't wear wedding rings because it could get caught on something and I could lose my finger. But in reality, when I was in the fire department in the military, we wasn't allowed to wear wedding rings and stuff like that for that reason. So after that, I think she hit on the other guy that was out there. And then I walk up into the car that I drove down there in. She's like, wait, I thought you were going home to your wife. I was like, I am. And it was raining that day. That's the first time I almost did a burnout in a front wheel drive car. I took off there and I got the hell on up out of there. And I said to myself, I'm never parking on that end ever town ever again. But man, oh man, Scat Cake, you asked me a good one. 8 Ball MJG or UGK? Man, two underrated, two highly underrated, but two talented groups that put a lot of music out back in the day. I'm gonna go with UGK, man. And since today's 29th, happy birthday to to Pimp C, man. He always will be remembered as that dude, man. He's one of my favorite rappers ever. Not, you know, not just because of only his music, but the fact that he told it how it was. If it was something on his mind, something bothering him, he let you know he had an issue with it and didn't care how you feel about it. So, but you can't go wrong with 8 Ball and MJG either, man. They'd have made some bangers too. Ooh, Ghetto Boys versus Locks. I don't know much about Locks, but I know enough about the Ghetto Boys. I know, so I had to roll the Ghetto Boys on that one. Dale, I can. That's probably the best way to put it. That's probably the best way to put it, man. But I do tend to listen to a little bit more UGK than 8 Ball and MJG. But I'm not taking nothing away from 8 Ball. Okay, since y'all was asking me questions, JD. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna still roll with Ghetto Boys because I haven't listened to much of them. You know, Jada Kiss Fire and all that, but I'm gonna roll with what I know on that one. So I can't knock all of them. But okay, let me think. So other than car related stuff, man, what other hobbies y'all into out there? Well, y'all can tell me, I'm obviously into football too, and the live stream of the game just stopped. I'm about to see if I can pick another scream of the game up. So yeah, and since I'm asking y'all that same question, um, 2018-19 NBA champs. Oh man, that is a good one. It's hard to say. I mean, right as of right now, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't pay attention to the. I'm not much of as a basketball fan, as I am a football fan. So I don't know. I still want to say, man, like Rick Flair said, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. So I still say Golden State is that team you got to knock off right now. So that's who I'm gonna roll with right now. So yeah, man, sport bikes cool. I never got into riding bikes. And I feel like at this point in time, man, I ain't gonna mess with the bikes. I ain't gonna mess with the bikes. But yeah, but yeah, bikes fun. I like bikes, but I don't think I'm ever learn how to ride at this point. But yeah, other than sports, I like, I was just saying, I like Dragon Ball. I like video games. I'm in photography too. So Man, it's been time for Cena and Undertaker to walk away, man. I can sit here and talk about wrestling all day, man. It's been time for Cena and the Undertaker to walk away because I'll put it like this: I was one of the few people that was against the Cena and Undertaker match at WrestleMania this year. Undertaker should have called it quits when he had his match with Roman Reigns, in my opinion. And Cena, he can probably give a little bit more, but he's at the point where he's like The Rock. He's got nothing to prove now. He's got nothing to prove. So I would be fine if Cena comes back and he puts over younger talent. But just so far as just coming back and being the Cena of old, I'm over it. I'm over it. And then, but yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I could sit here and talk about wrestling all day. And then I was gonna mention photography is another thing. It's more of a hobby. Man, I was man, I got man, I was shocked. I was at WrestleMania 30 when he lost to Brock. Honestly, that would have been a good time for him to walk away. Cause honestly, I thought he was gonna retire after that match. Because with wrestling, most people retirement match, they lose, do the favors and put the person that they're fighting over at their very last match. So I really thought the Undertaker was gonna retire after that one. And to me, I and I'll be honest with that WrestleMania 30, that year I felt like when they put Batista over to win the Royal Rumble, I was wanting to see Brock versus Batista at WrestleMania 30. They could have saved to me. They could have saved the streak for somebody that was younger, up and coming. Because I was telling my cousin this a while back. Like to me, if they really, I agree. I agree that the worst thing they did was end the streak more or less. But if they was gonna end the streak, this is how I think they should have done it. If they would, if they would have been consistent on Brock, yeah, if they would have been consistent, not on Brock, on Bray Wyatt, I should say. Bray Wyatt should have. I still feel, regardless, Bray Wyatt should have went over on John Cena at WrestleMania 30, and they could have gave Undertaker a different opponent. If they wanted to build up somebody young and fought off the Undertaker streak, if they would have built up Bray like how they should have let him and the Undertaker go at 31. And Undertaker, they just kept building Bray up as the new face of fear and all that. Bray should have been the one to end Undertaker streak at 31. But that's just me thinking. If they would have booked it right, I was I was disappointed that HBK came out of retirement. But as another uh, wrestling podcaster would say, he came out of retirement for that sweet Saudi money. But I didn't even watch. I didn't even watch Crown Jewel because, well, shit, I ain't had a network, but I didn't watch it. But they did say Shawn Michaels was moving around better than everybody else in that match, and he's been out of the ring for 8 years, and it was a damn shame. I bet it did suck, so I probably ain't missed nothing. But yeah, I think they need to stay out the limelight and let. And to me, the reason that they're in a situation, oh man, Scat Cat, man. Don't crucify me when I say this, man. I know little to nothing about UFC. I know little to nothing about USC. UFC. Why I'm saying USC, like I'm talking about the football team. But no, I know little to nothing. I know Cyborg's a badass. That's all I know. My cousin is very high on Cyborg. And since y'all mentioned Cyborg and female UFC fighters, how did y'all feel about Ronda Rousey coming into the WWE? But but yeah, and speaking of Ronda Rousey, how y'all feel about how the women getting pushed in the WWE in general? I ain't got too much against. Well, the only wrestling I really get to watch now, I I think I can stand to watch is the highlights and when people talk about it on YouTube. So that probably might be the best bet. But I ain't really got too much against her, but at the same time, she's better than some of the like. Yeah, she's to me it could be worse. I'm indifferent on it, but oh yeah, I was before I got sidetracked because like when we was talking about the old guys, what I was gonna say about them is the fact that they pushing Triple H, and I just don't like the fact that they putting all these old timers in the main event slots and now that they hurting because the fact that Roman Reigns went out with leukemia. I hope he gets better soon, and all that by them putting their eggs in one basket and relying on old timers, they could somebody like Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman could have been pretty much over, like really over with the crowd right now, so they wouldn't have to worry about a situation like Brock holding the title hostage again. And yeah, and then yeah, man, yeah, Beth Phoenix, yeah, leader, yeah. If they would have gave those women the kind of attention that the women are getting now, I think they could have did a lot more with them. Yeah, Dale, I think I can agree with that too. But yeah, but dang, I can. Shit, maybe if I wanted to do another not a podcast. Maybe I should do a podcast one time. But yeah, Dominic, I'm a 80 late 80. Well, I was born in '88, so I'm an '80s baby born in the '90s, man. So the '90s was more my thing, man. More the new generation, when the Undertaker, Bret Hart, Razor Ramon, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and then going into the Attitude Era, man. That was more my generation. But man, don't feel bad, man. Well, don't feel old because my older brother, he grew up with he was around, with the golden era with the '80s, and man, I feel like this, man, with the '80s and '90s, even though it was more family oriented and family friendly, to me they booked to well, with hindsight being 2020, they booked it a little bit better back then. I think they can actually do a good family friendly program if they actually put some effort into the writing. Because me personally, I don't necessarily need an Attitude Era back because only thing I just want good storytelling in a quality product with me when it comes to wrestling. Yep. Yep. I'm over here talking about podcasts and stuff. Maybe I should start a podcast one day whenever I get time. But yeah, if I had the time to dedicate to it, maybe I should do maybe it would probably be in wrestling or GTA gaming or something like that. You know what? I should look up the old Starcades and the Clash of Champions. Yeah, because I've always told, and even with some of the documentaries I've seen, the old, the NWA before they became the WCW, they was more of the adult man's man show with the actual, technical wrestling versus, showmanship and characters with the WWF, the old WWF. My Super Bowl pick, the Rams are my team. That's who I want to go and win it all. But me looking on the outside realistically, I'm thinking the Saints. The Saints to me are the most complete team. And yeah, and then to me, my dark horse is the Chicago Bears if they can go up in there. If they can go up in there hot, and if their defense is on point. So yeah. What other hobbies y'all guys are into? Because I was about to say, like other than what I just mentioned, I also used to play keyboard / piano. So I've been more or less getting back in tune with that and photography. Y'all probably seen some of my pictures and stuff that I've taken. Just about all my pictures and stuff I've taken on Instagram. I've taken them, and then my girlfriend, the Queen, she's looking to get her photography business and stuff off the ground. So if any of you guys in Atlanta, wanna need a shoot or in that area, But even in Alabama, because she do come back to Selma. But yeah, if y'all out in that, if y'all know somebody in the Atlanta area that need a photographer, man, tell them to hit me up. I can put y'all up on somebody. And yeah, dude, you man, I've seen some of your videos on Instagram and you lifting, man. I need to get up in the gym with you, cause I go to the gym, I lift, but I probably need to start back working out with somebody that's a lot stronger than me, so I can get pushed to the next level. Man, I'm ready for that new Mortal Kombat. I don't think I'm gonna get back into copping kicks here anytime soon, because like I was explaining earlier, that business come first. Man, I'm looking forward to that new Mortal Kombat, man. I'm gonna probably whenever I find out about like the special edition or whatever the collector's edition gonna be, I'm gonna have to pre-order it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because when they announced that Mortal Kombat 11 trailer, I had went to sleep and I woke up. I seen a friend of mine had it in the story on a story on Instagram, and I thought Ed Boon was trolling. I've been a fan of Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo. I could probably plug a Super Nintendo up right now, get up on there and play that Mortal Kombat and still be pretty good at it because I remember a lot of the finishing moves and everything. But yeah, man, I think that new Mortal Kombat is looking to be promising. It is looking like it's gonna be promising. Oh boy. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not that big of a movie buff, so and I never. Oh man, the Blood Code Mortal Kombat 1 on the Sega. Man, Nintendo dropped the ball. Yeah, I was about to say I was probably like two. Hold on, depending on what year it was. I was probably about 3, 4, somewhere around there when the original Mortal Kombat that came out for like the home consoles. But I remember when my older brother had that got that Mortal Kombat 2 for Super Nintendo, watching him play, man. That's the reason Mortal Kombat is yeah, Mortal Kombat is my favorite one of my favorite fighting franchises of all time. Maybe maybe when that game come out, if I get any good, man, I had to put out my PlayStation Network gamer tag so we can play. I would say with PlayStation wise, I do like racing games because last racing game I bought was that Need for Speed Payback. I have to post a picture of it. I had built a Challenger up that looked almost like my real life Challenger, except that challenge in the game's a lot faster than mine. That more putting out some power. But but yeah, video games are cool too. Oh man, Killer Instinct. That bring up some good memories, man. Ultra. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Um, yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. But yeah, man, I got more of my fixings off Mortal Kombat trilogy than uh, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. But yeah, man, I low key draw too, but it's been a while, so I'm into art type stuff too. So it's a whole bunch of other random just random little hobbies and stuff I'm into other than cars. But everybody, I think my favorite Mortal Kombat character, Scorpion. Scorpion, but I think that's just about everybody's favorite. But since Scorpion is just about a given, my next favorite in line, man, is Kung Lao. I liked it. I started liking Kung Lao when Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks came out, because that came out my senior year in high school, and me and my younger brother would do the co-op in it. He got Liu Kang, I got Kung Lao. Man, forget you, man. Hey, Kung Lao, all right, man. In the older games, I get it. In the older games, I couldn't play Kung Lao for nothing, man. But like when Mortal Kombat 9 came out, man, Kung Lao, all right, man. I like Kung Lao. But then again, I'm the type of person, I should say, that like the characters and stuff that kind of get pushed to the back a little bit. Because, with Kung Lao, he always been in Liu Kang's shadow and, stuff like that. So yeah, man. Kung Lao cool. Let me think. Yeah, Sub Zero alright with me, but I always been Team Scorpion. Oh man, hey, since you mentioned Raiden, man, what you with Mortal Kombat 11, man, what direction you think they gonna go in with him? Yeah, I do. I want to know what direction you gonna go in with him, cause I think they put a lot of thought into which way, cause like I watch it now since y'all I did get asked a question about what other YouTube channels I watch other than car stuff. I do watch a little bit of Mortal Kombat YouTubers too, and since it done picked up after that trailer, some people speculating that Dark Raiden is going to be the main antagonist. I got tongue tied, and some people think that the Dragon King is gonna be the big bad in this game. But I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with him. I don't think they're gonna drop the ball with him. It's like you said, it's very hard to tell, and then they're making it seem like now that this Mortal Kombat is gonna have some time travel, time travel stuff into it. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see where they go with it. So, yeah, I'm just curious to see how that go. Well, fellas, man, I appreciate everybody that came out, and man, it's been a fun 3 years, man, and I honestly don't, yeah, in DC, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that one real quick, and then I'm gonna get on up out of here. I never played. I played Mortal Kombat versus DC just a tad bit, but I didn't get that deep into it. And a lot of people hated it because they cut back on a lot of violence and stuff in that game. But yeah, I was about to say, well, fellas, I appreciate everybody that then came out. Man, it's been a fun 3 years, and I hope it's many, many more to come. I hope next year it'll be the year I make a lot of changes to my car, and I take you guys along the way, and this channel grow a little bit more, and I actually get the other channel I was talking about off the ground. So let me know if y'all let me know if I should do more live streams, man. Y'all let me know. I appreciate you, Mike, man. Let me know if you think I should do any more live streams in the future. And man, until then, man, y'all take it easy, man. I'll see y'all next.